Borneo in Southeast Asia. The SAS come here for their jungle training. 24 super fit members of the public are here to find out if they are tough enough for the SAS. Our volunteers have been pre-selected from trials in the Brecon Beacons. Quite simply, they're some of the fittest people in the UK, which is just as well, because if they stick it out, they're here for 16 long, humid, hellish days. The local Malaysian army end the last comfortable night for our jet-lagged volunteers. They've spent just 2 days adjusting to the intensive climate and are about to endure the toughest time of their lives. They have no idea what's ahead. There are no prizes, all they earn is respect, and most won't make it. "30,000 square miles of jungle in the South China Sea. We're in Sarawak, the Malaysian part of Borneo, next door to Indonesian Kalimantan. Our volunteers travel for over 3 hours up the River Batanai, destination base camp, to meet their SAS instructor, Eddie Stone.
I can't imagine what to expect in the jungle and in Borneo. I've never been anywhere like that before.
I personally think I'm mentally tough and physically tough, but I need an opportunity to prove it to myself.
I want to achieve something very big before I'm 40. I do believe that I've got what it takes to go the distance up here.
Quickly, you three, get out of the boat! No! Quickly, on me! Over here, Sybil! Quickly, over here! Get your kids out of the boat! I didn't say walk, I said run! Quickly, over here! No, get out of the boat! Fire! Hurry up, pick your legs up! Next two, go! Quickly!
This is the Malaysian rainforest, which is the first place the SAS saw action after World War II. Since then, jungle training has been an integral part of the SAS selection process, but it's one of the most hostile and tough environments in the world. So with that in mind, only 1 in 4 make the grade.
Welcome to paradise, or to hell for most of you. My name's Eddie Stone, but you will call me Staff. These men to my left are your patrol directing staff, otherwise known as the DS. We are all ex-SAS members and have as many years' experience in this environment. You're here because you think you're tough enough for the SAS. Well, that's what I'm about to find out. Rob Priestley.
Yes, Staff.
So you believe you're going to enjoy the hardship?
Yes, Staff.
I'll ask you again in a couple of days. April Joy.
Yes, Staff.
2 things to say to you. You ain't April, and you're not going to enjoy this. Michael Wisner.
Yes, Staff.
Who are you laughing at?
Nothing stuff.
We'll see if you're laughing in a few minutes.
He seems to be quite an interesting character, to say the least. So I look forward to the challenges that he gives me, and I hope that I give him a bit of a challenge as well, actually.
Jill Watson.
Yes, Staff. If I was sent home early, I'd be mega fed up. If it was quite late on and it was a fair enough reason, I'd, just have to go with the flow. I think I potentially could be one of the last here.
You've been on the weakest link.
I have.
If you thought Anne Robertson was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. There's a very famous saying that the jungle is neutral. We in the SAS believe that if you work with the jungle, it becomes your ally. But if you work against the jungle, it will soon become your worst enemy. You're free to leave here at any time you wish. So if you're missing mummy, too many insects, and we'll have you back downriver in no time at all. Get stripped.
The first stage of SAS selection takes place in the Brecon Beacons in Wales. Next, they're sent to Borneo for the jungle warfare training.
Come on, hurry up. I've seen my granny move faster.
Stripped of comforts and non-essentials, our volunteers are given Army-issue kit.
I don't know really what to expect because I haven't even seen Borneo on the camera or anything, so I think I'm pretty tough enough, but I don't know until I've pushed myself to the real limits, and this is what I call the real limits doing something like this. Weaknesses are, if someone's telling me off or give me abuse, then a lot of times my head will go down and I'll think, forget this. Probably going to be sheer pain, sheer hell, and probably me saying I want to go home.
Your hats don't get folded up at the front. You're not in the American Army. They get kept down. Breaks up the outline of your face, which I don't want to see very often.
Ray, why are we here and what are we doing?
The SES basically have two reasons for coming to the jungle. First one is that it's traditional. The SES was reborn and reformed in the jungle of Malaya. After people have done selection, they need to go to some sort of hostile environment training, and the jungle is basically the most hostile you can get.
Going back to what the guys are going to be doing, do you think this is the toughest?
This is a beautiful place, but it's full of wild animals, millions of insects, poisonous snakes, and just the whole environment attacks you before you actually start operating.
If you were going to give them one piece of advice, just one, what would it be?
Relax. If you fight the jungle, you're not going to win.
Okay, I've spent the last 10 days building you a lovely camp to stay in. I'm going to show you a couple of parts of it.
It's 32 degrees centigrade. That's 90 degrees Fahrenheit. But worse, the humidity is 97%. For the volunteers, reality is starting to sink in.
Okay, everybody here. This is the only place in the camp where you will... Anybody caught anywhere else will be dismissed immediately. As I said, when you come here, you'll come in twos. You understand that? Yeah. Very simple to use. All you do is take your trousers down, like so. Turn around, bare your ass, squeeze it over the side, and let rip. You keep your machete handy, because after the rashes, you'll have to start chopping it off. Okay, any questions?
Not quite your home comforts then. In fact, the base camp is so remote and hazardous that an emergency helicopter and 2 doctors are on 24-hour call. Mike, it might sound like an obvious question, but what should our volunteers be looking out for and what are the hazards that face them out here?
It's very easy to hurt yourself around here. It's steep, it's wooded,
There are broken off bamboos and other plants that are really sharp, and they go right through you if you fell on them. It's muddy and wet, so you can fall easily, turn your ankle easily. It's a place where trauma in terms of falling down things is really quite likely.
Okay, well I suggest if you want to get some sleep tonight, you'll lead off with your patrol DS and start building your bashers. Right, Patrol 1, April Joy, Peter Haig, Bradley Murphy.
Get over here, Joy.
James Kelly.
Our 20-ville volunteers are split into 6 4-man patrols, each assigned a DS or directing staff to teach them a different part of the selection process and guide them through the laws of the jungle, of which there seem to be quite a few. Barry, shelter's obviously very important. Tell us a little bit about what they're doing.
They're actually making their pole beds at the moment. We've got 2 types of sleeping arrangements in the jungle. The first one is to have a hammock, very much like a sailor. The second one is to make a pole bed. Hammock if you're moving one night, one place, fine. Pole bed if you stay in one location for a long time.
Building a basher is an art, and one the volunteers need to perfect if they don't want to sleep with the local wildlife. The pole beds must be fixed well clear of the ground.
Comfortable?
Yes. Yes, sir.
Check levels. First impressions, boys. How are you feeling? I mean, have you been out here before? You're Australian, so.
No, I haven't done anything like this before. So no, it's great. I love it. Just it's us against nature, really, isn't it? So
for me, toughness is not something that you just get. It's something that you maybe accrue over a period of time. But I think mental toughness is the key. I enjoy the challenge. I want something to be tested. I want to test me and see how far I can actually go, how far I can be pushed. You won't ever be able to relax, but I think it's going to be very, very tough.
At base camp, the pressure's on. The ex-SAS directing staff watch every move.
Remember, these lilos should be nice and tight, yeah? Almost like a drum.
This close to the equator, it gets dark at 6:30. Our volunteers have only an hour of light left to finish their bashers, organise their kit and prepare food.
You better hurry up, it's going to start down shortly.
Before we actually finish the beds, we're going to put the ponchos up because it's threatening rain, so that the beds don't get wet.
So you don't need to present to start talking to you when you're actually sort of up against the clock?
No, damn it.
Good.
Right, hold that.
I think I'm as tough as it gets. We live about 12 miles from the nearest civilization. I don't run a car, so I cycle so that I can stay in contact with society. I became the first woman to run 90 miles across and back Wales in 30 hours. I did a solo expedition with a sledge weighing about 70 kilos across Arctic Norway. That's tough.
We need to dig a hole first. Yeah, that'll ram him without that being a problem.
Without twisting it.
Yeah, good. That's good.
And here it comes. Rain's coming down. You're in a bit of a rush, I appreciate that. What are you going to eat tonight?
I haven't got a clue. Just rehydrated stuff that's in our kit bag, I think. Basic, minimal amount of food just to survive on.
And hey, really tasty too, I
Yeah, I
imagine.
bet. Yum, yum. Throw a few bugs in there.
Good luck tonight, all right.
Cheers. Right.
The bashers are going up, but the rain is coming down. Methods of construction seem to vary, but when you can get 10 centimetres of rain in a few hours, it's important to get it right.
It was a generation game. I think they'd have failed us a long time ago. At the moment, we're getting there, but we made a real balls up getting it there.
There's also the delight of the Malaysian Army rations.
Okay, the lobster's ready.
I never thought that the noodles could taste this good. I actually don't cope very well with failure because I try so hard at things and give my best. And when I fail, realizing my best isn't good enough is such a hard thing to come to terms with.
She's very, very tough mentally. I think it'd be a case of she would have to be told to stop rather than she would carry on literally until she can't go anymore, basically.
Under the jungle canopy, it's pitch dark, and the next challenge is to organise the kit and keep it dry. SAS soldiers must be ready to move at a moment's notice, day or night.
It's all a bit culture shock. You're just trying to grasp as quickly as they give you information, just trying to take it on board.
Pretty hard, I think, harder than I expected it to be. I was waiting for it to be tough, but I feel a little bit more sort of prisoner of war than SAS wannabe recruit at the minute, just with the sort of the nature of it. I suppose it's what I should have expected.
Shouting it. It's the hardest thing. How much you can take it. You are what you are. Just too sensitive.
So it's Peter here, where I'm actually kipping the biggest ants I've ever seen in my life. Oh, look at these. They're starving as well. They're all looking at me going, oh, I say. Bin bins.
I'm sweating continuously, and but I've just enjoyed chicken and noodles, which was quite nice. So it's what will tomorrow bring?
It's the first morning in the jungle for our 24 volunteers, but their first night has not been a good one.
Absolutely horrendous. Third, fourth night, no sleep, and you just find you can't coordinate anything.
So many noises, you know, birds screeching and animals and the rain and just generally, but the boys snoring didn't help.
Sounds were wicked, weren't they?
And did it keep you up?
Not after a bit, but they changed through the night.
After the first day, do you think you've got what it takes for the next couple of weeks?
I think yesterday I was a little bit slow picking up, you know, the names of things and what we're supposed to do, you know, because I was a little bit flustered and...
You haven't shown that.
Shock. Yeah, but yeah, I reckon I'm the weakest thing at the moment.
I think I've just poisoned myself. So I've been vomiting. I'm feeling very clammy.
I expect the jungle to be extremely unpleasant. It is going to find any weaknesses within anybody, and hopefully I can overcome those weaknesses.
I think he's doing this just because it's just the ultimate challenge. He's tried other challenges and he always wants to go one better, and this is one better than he's ever done before, and that's why he wants to do it.
You should all be ready with your Bergens in a line waiting for me to turn up 5 minutes before that time. Not faffing around eating noodles.
We're moving off in 10 minutes and I can't believe you're still eating breakfast. Get it down your neck.
You're not learning fast enough, people.
These people are civilians and they haven't had the benefit of 3 years basic military training. Therefore, we have to sort of discipline these people, and the only way to discipline is actually to treat them like recruits and therefore shout at them.
Right, listen in. It gets daylight here about 6 o'clock in the morning. You lazy been lying in your bed until God knows when. It's an absolute shambles. Yesterday was a break-in day, and he's had a little bit of a laugh last night. From today, we're serious. Right. Because of your inability to do things, you're going to go for a little bit of PT. Get him away.
Quick on, get away, come on! Want to see the last man into the van? Get down the bank now.
We'll be doing some PT, we'll see how happy he's at after that. Get stuck in, lads.
Right, quick now, follow me!
Come on, get a move on! Move!
Move!
With 45-pound Bergens on their backs, the women are carrying the same as the men, and Susan Denham-Smith is struggling.
Get up! Crawl onto your front so your weight's on your back. Get onto your knees and get up.
You're not jumping high enough.
I'm going to keep punishing the rest of the patrol until you start pulling your weight. At the moment, you're letting your patrol down. So turn around and get back up to that bush and back her down. Who's that you could walk? Run! Moving you. If you want to be here at the end of the day, you're under fire now. You'd be a liability to the rest of your patrol because you can't carry your own weight. On my number, down. Down. Up. Right, stand up and join the patrol.
Well, let's have some action, lads. Come on, you moron. Come on, quickly. You're taking and come on. Get away. Come on, come on. Bend down. Not like that, you clown. A fireman's lift.
Fireman's lift.
Bend right down. Put your hand in the small of his back. I have back.
Susan's stamina is good enough for an expedition in Arctic Norway, dragging 70 kilos.
Right, turn and move.
But here, in the jungle, she doesn't have the strength or sheer determination to carry Mo.
I can't do it. I can't do it.
Keep going. Get out of his way. Keep going.
What's happening? Right, stand up, everybody. Under the bridge. Move.
Okay, we've got a quitter already. Somebody just can't make the grade. Susan Derham Smith, is it?
The staff.
Get your here. On you go, catch the nearest boat out of here.
What happened?
Well, I couldn't carry on. I just couldn't do any of it. Just not fast enough.
When you first turned up, did you think there was a chance you'd make it all the way through?
No, I mean, we spent 3 days and I've just been watching these leave. You know, oh, they're all streets ahead of me. I can tab for days and I can go on day after day. You've got to get through running for the bus.
Yeah.
Before you can get on it, so. I'm glad to have been here and seen. I'm really disappointed I didn't see more. Didn't tab through the jungle. Because all I've seen is army captains. All my memory will be.
On the positive side, you can take your hat off now.
Would you like it?
Yes, thank you very much.
We're all old enough and ugly enough to know.
After 2 days in the jungle, Susan has had enough and is returning home. But this is no failure. Just getting to Borneo was tough enough. The initial selection was in the Brecon Beacons in the very same place where real SAS training begins.
Right, it's the top of Penny Fan. How you get up there, I don't give a Just get up there as quickly as you can.
The hopefuls had to hike the tallest mountain in South Wales twice. Around 1,000 applied, but just 100 were thought fit enough for the challenge. It was a hot day for the UK and the volunteers had to carry a Bergen weighing 55 pounds. Based on fitness, navigation skills and mental attitude, 24 were selected to come to Borneo.
I pray to God I get to Borneo. But I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, I proved something to myself that I am pretty fit and I just need to get training now for hopefully the big one in Borneo.
Yeah, it's a chance in a lifetime, isn't it? I mean, civilians don't get a chance to, do the SAS training.
I do a lot of adventure racing and triathlon, and doing them at the moment keeps you fit.
Being out on the competition out there called Extreme Africa involved climbing 3 mountains and running 4 marathons.
A lot of strength training in the gym, plyometric stuff and power training, all sorts really, circuits and stuff. So hopefully it'll.
Training to be a soldier involves much more than physical fitness. There's also the serious subject of weapons.
This weapon is known as a Colt Commander, or M4. Fires a 5.56 round at approximately 900 metres per second, so you can't outrun it. close in. On the left-hand side is a safety catch, very important. When you get issued these weapons, you'll be issued it with the magazine on. If I see anybody pointing the weapon at anybody in jest, you'll be on the boat back down the road. You never point a weapon at anyone unless you're going to kill them.
The SES fought here from 1963 to 1966 during the confrontation with Indonesia, and we put patrols up to 20 kilometres inside Indonesia.
Okay, you're going to go up with your patrols DS now, and you're going to start learning how to patrol in the jungle environment. Listen to what they're saying, get it sunk into the head, and let's start acting like soldiers.
The only way it functions, the only way it succeeds is to operate as a team.
Camouflage cream is used to cover the face, and the jungle hat breaks up the outline of the head. One of the main roles of the SAS is to gather intelligence, and when operating behind enemy lines, it's vital they remain hidden. So they don't give their position away to the enemy, a 4-man SAS patrol uses hand signals to communicate silently.
The sign we use for obstacle is cross fingers like this.
The actual formation of the patrol is also vital.
If you're too close together, one person on automatic fire can take out the whole patrol. Okay, the spacing needs to be about 5 metres.
The 4-man patrol is the basic block of the SAS. It's how they operate. You have inside that your commander, your lead scout, also normally a linguist, DEMS guy, radio guy, and your medic. It is good practice to put your best man up point.
Will you not get shot first?
Yes, generally.
Oh.
There have been an occasion actually where the patrol, both the lead scout and the patrol commander went down, not far from here actually. Both were shot in the hip. The other two bugged out back to the emergency RV, as they're supposed to do.
They left them?
Yeah, well they have to. That's the procedure. The other two guys actually crawled about 1,000 metres back up to the border and back here. By the time they were found, the wounds, which were massive, were sort of infested with maggots and everything else, but they survived.
The second casualty of the day is Kung Fu champion Paul Mackenzie. He's injured his ankle during patrol drills, and military doctor Vince Braniff checks him out.
Just rushing through the bushes, and didn't see the log.
All right, so where's the pain? Just show me.
It's around here, and then when I point the toe, all the way around this side.
I tend to agree with you. I don't think your ankle's up to it. So it's a risk to yourself and the rest of your patrol if you go down miles from the river, because they might have to carry you back. Sure, it's taught you a bit more about yourself.
Well, I've got a hell of a lot of respect for the SAS. Hell of a lot.
For today, it's over. They've not washed for 2 days. In the jungle, fungal infections which rot the skin are rife, so drying off thoroughly is essential.
Tonight, I suggest you remove all your shorts and powder up heavily.
Basically, a couple of things happened this morning where everyone was affected by my wrongdoings, basically. And then I just saw one of the lads, he couldn't actually physically do things that were being asked of him. And I can't watch on TV that happen. It was horrible.
It's all right.
April's feeling the mental pressure, and 2 of the other volunteers are suffering physically in the heat and have been told to stop. That's 4 gone, and it's only the end of day 2.
This is Sam Pantling at the end of day 2. Well, what can I say? It's been a pretty tough morning, it was indeed.
Yeah, I think people who are watching this just perhaps won't realise what it's like. You just got nothing, everything's stripped away from you.
I've been vomiting my guts out, not that there's much in there to vomit. Basically, came over, talked to me, like, whispered in my ear, told me to look him in the eye,
and said to me I had an attitude problem, and if I don't change my attitude, I'm going to be off the show.
Yeah, I got a bit beasted today for something that had nothing to do with me. It was about a pencil.
Looking forward to the morning and to see what it has in store. Hopefully get some sleep tonight. So, night people, this is Sam Pantling reporting from the jungle.
This is the third day for our volunteers in the Borneo jungle. After a sleepless night, Mo Stevenson has decided to pull out, leaving only 19 volunteers to face what's going to be the most challenging day yet. For today's exercise, the dreaded NAVEX, our volunteers are carrying 55 pounds and are wearing monitors to allow the doctors to keep an eye on their heart rates.
Okay, what we're going to do today is a navigational exercise. It's not a race. The objective is to see whether you can map read or not.
On jungle operations, the SAS don't use paths or tracks, so they need to be able to find their way using just a map, compass and a pace counter. All 6 patrols will be making their way through 2.5 miles of mountainous jungle, accompanied for safety by one of the ex-SAS directing staff. The volunteers are not told how long the exercise will last, nor how many RV points there are. It will be hot, exhausting and dangerous. As they're about to set off, David Devine needs to see the doctor.
Vomiting yesterday morning, vomiting again. Everything I've eaten this morning's just come back up again.
You're going to have to stop, aren't you? And you can't start trekking over through the jungle. I mean, you just can't do it.
It's another little top tip. The SAS is made up of 70% Scottish people. That's a fact, because we're hard.
Our volunteers will have to navigate from base camp to 3 different rendezvous points. Only one problem, there aren't that many points of reference in the jungle. Only lots and lots of trees. Coupled with the fact that DS won't let them cut across any tracks whatsoever, means they're in for a baptism of fire. The first leg to RV1 is just 1 mile, but in addition to their Bergens, weapons and belt kits, each patrol is carrying 18 litres of water.
It's working the heat that will get you used to the heat. And acclimatisation, I mean, what it does, it allows you to sweat more. Well, that may make little difference because they're sweating so hard anyway that more sweat on the floor won't help. But what it will also do is it will increase their blood volume. It will allow their bodies to hold on to the salt so they don't get salt depleted. And so their fitness over the next few days will begin to come back and they'll feel better for it.
The SAS train under these difficult conditions so that they're able to carry out operations in the most demanding of environments. And our volunteers need to keep their wits about them to navigate. In the jungle, you know how far you've travelled by counting your paces. The DS is keeping an eye on them.
I've paced it, yeah.
Are you using your pace counter?
Yeah.
What's it got on it there?
400. Yeah.
So you've got between 220 and 400 and apparently can't remember. Group average?
About later.
260, 270.
Yeah. 300.
How far did you want to go?
500.
500.
2 hours after the start, and Patrol 3 is the first to arrive at RV1.
How easy is it?
Shocks the system stuff.
Yeah. How are you?
Right.
Yeah, strong as an ox.
We travelled sort of like 2k in 2 hours, and it's been pretty tough going. So, I mean, it's the heat zaps you, you know, the water, possibly the lack of sleep.
And especially if you're monging it a bit, so you get a bit tired, you know, you forget to do the pace counting, and you're concentrating on your feet because you don't want to trip because of the heavy load. So it's kind of a real combination of, you know, the load, it's really hot.
Knock-on effect.
I think the other thing that's been really is, I think we've all got like complete respect for our DS.
Yeah.
Like Big Star. I mean, we sort of nicknamed him Mowgli, because I reckon he was brought up in the jungle with the monkeys.
In Patrol 2, Michael Wisner is still feeling nauseous. On the climb, Rob Priestley is also complaining, and they're not yet at the first RV.
10 and 10. 10 and 10. 20. 25 times 4. 100. Long way. Stand up, get your kit on. You're fighting with yourself inside your head. The jungle does that for you, Priestley.
Staff.
Yep.
Mike, some of the guys up here, RV1, really feeling it today. Why is that?
Well, it's that big load. To carry a big load like that, you work really hard. So it's hot enough actually just sitting around here. When you're sitting around, you're about a light bulb's worth of heat your body makes, 80, 90 watts. Work hard with a big pack. It's 2,000 watts, you know,
Right.
2-bar fire inside you plus all this heat. And that big pack is like a big piece of hot weather clothing.
There's nothing wrong with you. You're giving up, Priestley.
Staff, I feel really sick, that's why I'm stopping. I wouldn't give up if I was
Okay.
just knackered.
Take a drink of water.
We both know I'm going to quit. I'm just trying to get to the next RV.
I expect to feel as if I'm physically in hell. I expect to be crying, be frightened all the time, whether it be from insects, leeches, or you know, just the environment itself.
Relax, relax. That's the one.
Nothing I do will prepare me in any sense really from what I'm about to take part in. I think it's something that I'll only get to do once, and I want to do it well, and I hope I will.
Everybody okay?
I'm finished, Al. I'm finished.
You're finished?
Yeah. I've had enough.
Next one's quite a short leg. No?
I don't know, yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Careful.
I started shaking, and I'm holding my team up, and I've had to get rid of her.
Stop being so selfless. You're so selfless all the time.
I don't know, maybe I just didn't train enough. The heat's quite a lot.
Shut up, what are you talking about? You can't legislate for this.
Oh, God. Oh, I just feel so gutted.
But at the same time, you're smiling, so you're obviously happy with the fact you've given 110% and you can't give any
Yes. 2.5 days. It's enough.
more. Okay. Put your hat back on.
Thank
'cause
you.
Your mascara's running all over the place. All right. Slowed by their sickness, Michael Wisner and Rob Priestley struggle into RV1. They've taken over 3 hours to cover just 1 mile.
Right, your hardest crawler. I'm afraid you're going to have to get pulled off. All right?
How far to the rendezvous?
We've got another few rendezvous yet. You've got the whole day ahead of you yet. Okay, how was it?
Hard.
Toughest thing I've done in my life. Yeah, it's tough. Been wrecked since first 10 minutes, Staff.
You've been wrecked?
Yes.
Come on, Rob. Move on.
No.
Come on, man.
No.
Come on.
Okay. If you want to pull out, you can pull out.
I must have drunk too much water or something.
Too much water?
Yeah, something about thinning your blood or something.
Okay.
So, but I'm strong in the head. It's just that my body's collapsed.
Yeah,
It's not. I don't know. I just need, I don't know, food and stuff like that to keep me going.
Right, mate, you're knackered, so let's get you down to the river as soon as possible. We're approaching midday, and after 4 hours of hiking, 3 volunteers have quit. The steep climb in this heat is increasing their heart rates.
A healthy heart rate for sustained exercise might be 120, 130, but usually if you're plodding, the body won't sustain more than perhaps 120, 130. They're all doing 150, 160, and then there's a couple, Iona and Mike Weisner, who were showing 190s, 200s. Iona's very high rates are to do with, you know, she's a small person and she's just battling with this big pack, and these very high heart rates are unsustainable.
Is that worrying?
Oh, it's not going to do them any harm, but it just shows how much, you know, they're suffering in this heat.
The volunteers must keep drinking. Dehydration is a killer. And when you're burning 5,000 calories per day, regular food is essential.
Cat poo? No, what's it called in the front? I want to do that.
Booker.
Chicken curry for a vegetarian, that's brilliant.
Food is a bit of a concern, so I'm sure I'll be eating something that I possibly shouldn't be eating. Opportunity to go to a bit of the world never been to before, into an environment that I've not been in before. Been in the rail industry and safety critical job, so I don't get to push my limits that often.
Graham's strengths are in his physical ability. He's got great stamina. He doesn't mind trying anything, absolutely anything.
I think I'm tough enough.
Well, this isn't any fun, is it, really? Not anymore. I'm just... It's too hot. I'm all burnt out. It's hot. Steamy. It's the jungle.
I'd rather run a marathon.
2 marathons.
Oh, I tell you.
There and back.
I think we're both fit. But the heat, it's the humidity. We need 2 days and, I mean...
It's taken 7 hours to go just 2.5 miles. But for Patrol 4, the navigation exercise is over.
You've heard of people sucking or picking cocoa leaves, yeah?
Yes, sir.
You've heard that, to keep them going. That is something better than that. Right? You just look under that bush there. You go and grab one of these.
Thank you, sir.
Thanks, sir.
They've reached RV3, half an hour ahead of anyone else, and Eddie provides a rare reward. However, Patrol 5 are lost. There's only an hour of daylight left to finish the exercise, and you can't travel in the jungle at night. The DS leads them to decide whether to camp here overnight or try to get to the river and safety.
Better to camp down there where the water is than up here where it's not.
First of all, you were saying stay, now you're saying go.
Well, no, we can stay, but...
I don't mind. I'll do with the...
I know you want to go, don't you?
The thing is, if we say go, he's going to say no.
No, that's not what I asked. Stay or go.
Oh, for God's sake, this is a group decision.
You're the leader.
Yeah, well, look at me. I was
You make the decision, we go with it. You want to go? Yeah?
Oh, bloody hell.
Should we go?
As long as everyone else says I don't want to.
No, I'm happy to go.
You're the boss.
Ian? Happy to go?
Iona's the boss.
Okay, go it is.
No, you asked for a group decision, so...
Right, go.
Right. Well, hang on, we've gone from stay to go.
This is it. Iona, go. Doug, go. I'm go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
If they reach the river, they can be picked up, but they're unlikely to make it to RV3. After 8 hours of the navigation exercise, Graham Kelly is in a bad way with heat stroke. He's carried down towards RV3 by his patrol and is seen by Dr. Mike Stroud.
What are you feeling at the moment? Tingling in the end of my fingers. Yeah, just try and breathe really slowly and calmly. You're going to be okay, all right? You've reached the end. Understand. And you're going to be fine. Understand. you feeling hot or cold?
I'm feeling just normal, Doc.
Just normal. Good.
Things look better for the lost Patrol 5. They are now heading for the river, but are still a long way from RV3. The saline drip in Kelly's arm is to replace essential salts and fluids. Serious heat stroke can be fatal.
DS took my pack off me, and I felt faint a couple of times coming down, but still reasonable. DS instructed my teammates to get me in the river.
How are you feeling now?
Just wrecked, man. Absolutely wrecked.
Just take a couple of moments, don't worry. Will he be all right after this? I mean, nothing to carry on, or...?
I think he's got too sick, to be honest. I know he's disappointed about that, but I think he's got sick enough now. I know you're disappointed about that, but, you know, you didn't jack it. That's the point. You stuck with it.
It's most important, eh?
You stuck with it.
For Patrol 5, the gruelling exercise is over, but they've not completed the task. They have failed to reach RV3 and fear dismissal. The doctor has decided to call the helicopter to evacuate Kelly. For him, it's the long journey home.
Get my regards to Glasgow. Will do, Staff.
For those who have survived to this point, it's a fantastic achievement, and the Lost Patrol 5 are allowed to stay on the course. For all our volunteers, it's been a tough day.
I feel a bit weepy, actually.
Oh, there you go, look at them.
But it's really pushing on my shoulders now, and
Right.
it's really getting to me a bit, but I'll be all right.
That's it now, we have a rest for the rest of the day.
And when I got interviewed at home, she said, "What do you think you'll do?" I said, "I'll cry." I know I will, because I do.
Well done, guys. Well done, you lot. All of you. That's the hardest thing I've done in my life. I hope I sleep well tonight.
I'm so proud of myself for finishing it. There were moments when I thought, what am I doing? This is so hard. Proud of everyone who's made it, because that's the hardest thing they'll ever do in their life, I'm sure. Beats all these Salomon races, etc. You know, nothing will compare with this.
So it's the end of the navigational exercise. Now, bear in mind, before this even started, we lost 6 people. Since it's been going, lost another 4, plus 2 camera crews, and if you think that's bad, it's only day 3.